Hello and welcome back to Citizen Speak. I'm your host, Garrett Martin. Thank you guys for listening today. So let's talk about the shooter at Planned Parenthood yesterday. I had reported on it as soon as I had heard about it, basically. Maybe about an hour after it had started to develop. But now we know the person's name. He's in custody. One officer has been killed. There were several others who are in the hospital, but their condition is fine. There's also been several people who had been shot, but their condition is also stable, and they're in the hospital right now. The person's name is Robert Louis Deere. Police think that he had left explosive devices in the Planned Parenthood that he had attacked. Conservative media won't even say that it happened inside of a Planned Parenthood. They're saying that, it happened around a Planned Parenthood, but they're not saying that he attacked the Planned Parenthood or that he has any connection to attack the Planned Parenthood by any means. So, just a bunch of cowards. And you don't have any of the Republican candidates saying Planned Parenthood either. They'll say, our thoughts and our prayers, well, actually only just their prayers, go out to the victims of the attack. But they don't say that that it's in a Planned Parenthood or anything like that. And I had called that this is probably going to be a Christian extremist. And several people had said, no, you don't know what you're talking about. It's a little too early to say that. But guess what? They found his cabin in the woods, and it also has a cross made out of twigs attached onto it, with no electricity and no power to the cabin. There's still stories rolling out about this guy. Clearly mental illness that he has. One of the police officers said that he won't look you in the eyes, and he won't answer questions directly, and he mumbles a lot. So there's still a lot to develop here on the story about why actually he had attacked it, or why this Planned Parenthood. So, we'll have more details for you as it comes out. But here's the other thing. This isn't the first time that Planned Parenthood has been attacked, even this year. Planned Parenthood has had arson, or they've had bomb threats. They've had people attacked in and out of the Planned Parenthood facility. This year alone, there's been several attacks. And yet, this is the main one that you hear about. And I guarantee you, come Monday or Tuesday, you're not going to hear anything about this on Fox News. O'Reilly? Maybe a short snippet. And he'll be apologetic for the Christian extremists, saying, no, they're not nearly as bad. I bet you that's what he's going to say on Monday afternoon, old Bill O'Reilly. But here's the facts. Americans are more likely to get killed by a white, right-wing Christian nutjob than they are by a member of ISIS in America. It's just how it goes. Out of the 26 terrorist attacks that are by groups that are labeled as terrorist groups since 2001, 19 of them have been by the right-wing, conservative, Christian crazy groups. They're terrorist groups. Now, I'm not saying that all terrorist groups in America are Christian, or that all Christians in America are terrorists. By no means would I say that. But we think that, it's just the Muslims in our country. That's what our media tells us. That it's just the Muslims in our country that are going to ruin it. They're going to create terrorist societies, and they're going to behead everybody. Well, you're more likely to be killed by a right-wing, crazy Christian nutjob than you are by a member of ISIS or by a Muslim extremist group. We have them too. Here in America, we have them too. It's not just exclusive to one religion or one region of the country. We grow them here in America too. And this morning, President Obama, he has said that we really need to have a rational, grown-up discussion about gun control here in our country. And I fully agree. We really do. It's absurd that we continue to have people with mental illness be able to purchase firearms and commit these acts, and we never have an honest talk about it. As soon as this comes up, the media goes, oh, well, stop politicizing it. Don't politicize this issue. It's not really about the guns. No, it is about the guns. These people aren't going in there with nunchucks. We don't need to regulate nunchucks. They're not going in there with tasers. They're going in there with guns. And I'm not saying that guns are necessarily to blame, but it's the rules and the regulations that we have that we don't enforce on guns in our country. Dylan Roof, clear mental issues. And he was also on a terrorist watch list for the FBI. And yet, he was able to buy one of the guns that he used to shoot up that church. Legally able to buy it. He should have been stopped on the background check, but the background check timed out at 3 days. So he bought the gun. Later that day, an FBI agent called the gun store and said, hey, don't sell him that gun yet. Gun store owner said, too bad. And guess what? Then we had a church that was shot up. Every time that we go and we talk about putting limits on gun sales or adding regulations, people say, oh, no. The criminals, they're not going to listen to that. Are you kidding me? They're going to go out there and get guns anyway. Yeah, you're right. People are going to go out there and get guns anyway. But if we look at the major mass shootings in America over the past year alone, most of those were committed by people who bought guns legally and used those very same guns in their mass murders. So don't tell me that it's only the criminals out there who are committing these crimes. No, you have people who haven't committed a crime before going out and buying these guns. Yet they're on watch lists and they have mental issues that have been documented, and yet they're still able to go out there and buy a gun. Alright, my name's Garrett Martin. Thank you guys so much for listening today. Let me know what you think in the comments on Twitter at CITZSpeak. That's CITZ Speak. Thank you so much for listening today. Have a great rest of the day.